We are here to the good stuff. The wheelbase is 372 inches. 158's engine is a Cummins X15 with 625 horsepower and 2250 torque. She has the 4:30 gear ratio, an Eaton Fuller transmission. His is an 18 speed. The clutch is also an Eaton and it is self-adjusting. We have two 90-gallon fuel tanks, and I'm pretty sure the DEF tank is 16, but don't quote me on that. The front axles are 20,000 pounds. The rears are 46,000 pounds. With all of the heavy hauling Rick does, we definitely needed a beefier setup, and it has paid off. The discs are the brakes are disc all the way around. We do have full lockers, which he is super excited about. He's never had it before, and it's already paid off, I can assure you. The tires are 315 for the steer and the tag. Yes, the tag axle is steerable, and we have 11R 24.5s on the rear tires. We did go ahead and get the chrome package. That just means the mirrors, the vent plates, the light plates, the stacks are the fat stacks, as the guys call them. They're 7 inches around and 36 inches tall, and she does look very chromy. Not too flashy, very perfect. We do the grill lights, but we install them ourselves. He did get a little spotlight that he likes to play pranks on because he thinks he's real funny. Ha ha ha. I think that takes care of the front. I think I gave you a good walk around. If not, I'll do it again. And then I think we're ready to move to the back. I will link below the brackets for our flagpoles. Those are aftermarket, and I just don't have the brand on me. But I think we're ready to head towards the back. Let's get you set up. I'll try to walk around as I go with the back, but let's start at the top. The top is obviously our light bar, which is a Phoenix. It was recommended by a really good friend who helped us get in touch with the people to buy it, had it shipped down to us, and he actually came down for a late night of wiring, and we are super appreciative of that. Below that is the first enclosed headache rack RHI has ever had, and I am personally a fan. It has kept water, the rust, the binders stay in place, the chains stay in place, and extra storage for our PVC pipe, sorry, that has our bungees on it, the 3-point harness that we carry. It's a really good deal. I love it, and I hope it continues on for future trucks that need it in our company. We then installed 2 bars on either side of the headache rack, as you can see. Also a huge fan. We are a fast-paced team, so it's really nice to be able to hop on either side of the truck safely, because I am not the most agile. Rick will appreciate that I said that. So he doesn't have to worry about me probably accidentally falling. I haven't yet, knock on wood. So that's been super nice. Below that, we install PVC pipe that holds our height poles. Some guys that don't have as much storage, like the Freightliners, they put their load bars in there. Sometimes they're flags. It just really depends. But it's nice and flush for us, and we really like the look, and it keeps all that stuff out of the cab. In front of it, if you follow us on Instagram, then you'll know 151 has the identical box. Actually, it has 2. With the room on this catwalk, there was only room for 1. But this holds his everyday signs, flags that he puts on the front and the back, and the machines. And when the wet kit was put on, hey, by the way, there was a light from factory, and we ended up taking it off, not putting it back on, and I'm able to slide in, grab what I need, close it, and I love not having to get up and down off of the catwalk, which we try to avoid anyway, just for safety reasons. Moving on, the Pogo stick. Yes, it is beefier than factory because, like I said earlier, Rick hauls super heavy, and we just like to make sure that we have everything he could possibly need. This works out well. I don't know the brand. We get it locally from one of our suppliers, so I'll try to find the brand and link it in the description below. If you're curious with Rick, since he hauls so many different kinds of things and pulls different trailers, he has different fifth wheel positions. So on 151 he had them painted. We haven't painted, we chose for tape. As you can see, there's the flip box, what he'd be in a 7/8 axle position, the Jeep, and finally the 6 axle position. In case you guys that have to move your fifth wheel often, that's a solution if you have that problem. Finally, I believe in the back is just the fenders. They are minimizer fenders individually. We like them. They were a pain to install. I'm not going to be shy about that. Let's take a peek. Welcome to 158. Her interior is slate gray with the rubber floor mat, as we will see. Oop. Rick carries in this pocket the wrench that we use to take the bolts to loosen and unloosen off of the 4th axle to the spreader bar. We have a 7/16 wrench in there for our flags on the 4th axle. If you haven't checked those out, he made those. Tape measure, flashlight, tire gauge, electrical tape. He carries his gloves, his extra keys, some duct tape. This is what a standard seat looks like. The steering wheel, if you want a fun fact, is 18 inches wide or around. He currently has 42,332 miles. Still smells like a new truck. He keeps his pens, a little cubby, not too much over storage, whatever you want to call it. Then we move on. Standard radio with his Bluetooth. That's the Phoenix light bar mount. Super easy to work. It won't do it because the keys are on the door, but you just do power, pick whatever modes you want, and then to turn it off, you just hit them back and do the power off. Not really a big deal, I guess. Here's his little gear shift. I took his tablet out yesterday. Fire extinguisher. Apparently an emergency bag of Doritos. Let's see. This is the CB. We, meaning Rick and I, have strikers. First people in the company to have strikers. Thank you to the recommendation of the heavy haul company out of Dayton. We were really struggling with our previous radios on me being able to get a hold of Rick and having any sort of range. So this really took for me, the anxiety out of being able to need to reach him. It works better than a cell phone. Love them. Highly recommended. I don't know what brand. I think it's a Randall. I could be wrong. That's his truck GPS. He has his headset, some cleaner. He prefers to travel with this caddy. It's a seat caddy. It hooks behind the seat. He's got his extra garbage bags. In his caddy is hand sanitizer, ibuprofen, Tums, his 800 million pairs of sunglasses, glass cleaner, towels, microfibers. For those who get grease over everything, Kelsey, Brian Boss is the way to go. We have a long sleeve shirt for power plants, his vest, a raincoat. That's usually what he carries. We like the guys not to have too much crap on their floor. So they have the choice of running with a backpack that connects to the front. That's in Hunters, a caddy, or a clear tote. But that's pretty much it on the inside. We don't keep a lot of stuff in there, and especially him. That's what his rear view looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed the little interior. It's actually pretty roomy. When I was standing up, I'm 5'4", and I was at little bending over at the neck, so it's pretty roomy. But I think that's enough for Rick's truck for now, and let's go meet T27, shall we? Here she is. T27 is the newest trailer in our fleet. She is a 2021 Fontaine magnitude 55-ton detach. Rick will pull this 95% of the time. This is his dedicated trailer. However, if for some reason the 4th axle stays on this trailer and he needs to pull a 6th axle and we don't have time to take the 4th axle off, he will pull his old trailer, which is that Talbert over there, T23. For a super load, he will pull our lead sled, which is our Fontaine magnitude 60 ton. Back to T27, we did choose the mini flip back option. The mini flip is 23 inches long. It's currently down, as you can see. The main trailer is 52 feet long without the flip box down, and the swing radius is, hello bird, 102 inches for the swing. It runs in 5 different positions. When Rick is pulling it, he always rides it in the 2nd notch. I wanted to show you this real fast with the mini flip. The kingpin is removable from the main to the flip box, but that's not what I wanted to show you. This is what I wanted to show you. When Fontaine sends a trailer out, unless I guess you specify or you just make one yourself like we did, the hydraulic hoses are zip tied and they just lay and rest here. Rick has learned to make and fabricate his own plate and mount the hydraulic fittings, so especially now when we flip this flip box, there's no risk of crushing the hoses. It's super nice, it's super easy. It is much easier to have a firm place to push the hydraulic hoses in. You know, when it gets hot or cold and they don't really want to play from the truck to connect to the trailer, it just makes life so much easier. If you wanted to take a look, that's what his little mat looks like. And I'll even do a little view from the back for you guys that fabricate. Moving on, T27 came with the cross member high density package. I don't know if that's the correct wording, but basically each cross member under the deck is 12 inches apart. Very much welcome, since we do heavy haul. That way we just have that extra guaranteed support. We really, really enjoy it. And also a little add-on that we did is we have netting in every box just for more storage. Even though we have the outrigger boards here, it's still really nice just to have extra storage. You need all the storage you can get when you're hauling in an open detach, in my opinion. The next upgrades, or add-ons if you want to call them, are the extra D-rings we had installed. I think there were 10 extra add-ons, especially down in here, and I believe up and throughout the trailer. This boom plate is also custom. Rick has made them for our previous detaches. This is where our booms lie. When I go back to do what's in each box, these 2 pieces of wood actually lay here too if we need an extra bump for the boom, but this was custom. It doesn't tear up the cross beams and it's super nice. I think that's all the quote upgrades we have done, excuse me, and I think it's time to go to the back of the trailer. I'll just take you with me so you can see a side view. Sorry for the leaves. Pretty standard on what the Fontaine is in the back. Obviously it's a standard 3-axle. I believe each axle is 25,000 pounds. I will look at my cheat sheet when I go back up to the front of the trailer. We also had the Fontaine plumbed for our 4th axle, which it accepts. If I would have shot this last week, you could have seen the 4th axle actually flipped up on here. But this is pretty much standard from what I've seen on T18 when I painted it. But that's what she looks like. And yes, we did get shiny wheels and we love them. So this is the passenger side. And I'll walk you up towards the neck and I'll read that. I'm pretty sure it's 25,000 on the axle. Let's see. Yes, 25,000. Let's move on to what Rick carries in the trailer. The first 4 boxes. The first hold his front binders, which he prefers to carry 18,000-pound binders with 1/2-inch hooks. We move on to his front chains, which we carry 2 sets on either side of 1/2-inch hooks, and then in the middle is usually the baby hook, which is 3/8 chain. We then have some shackles. These are the main shackles he uses as sizes. He does have different sizes in the bin's back. The outriggers that come from factory that are extra, he has to carry ramps, unfortunately for him. So these are his ramps. I need to redo his boxes. They haven't been done in a while. And yes, I organize the guys' trailers reluctantly for them. They don't like change. These are our straps that we use to flip the 4th axle on the job site or here, whatever we need to do. Those are the Fontaine pins for the 4th axle. Because Rick is the only driver that hauls the Fontaine trailers, we keep it in this trailer unless the axle's obviously in use. That way we know where everything is. Hammer, WD-40. I know I see some shackles in there. These, if you are curious, are holders for oversized load signs, and we've mounted that on our 4th axle, and it holds up the oversized load sign up in the air. It's pretty cool. You can see it on our Instagram page, or probably our videos that I've already put on here. We have boards used for blocking, his 4 outrigger boards, and his broom. Unfortunately, there's really no other place to put the outrigger boards. This is not an option because this is where the booms lie, and if he doesn't need his outrigger boards, but we gotta have some place to put the boom, this is just where they are for now, and it works for him. Chains are the same here in these 2 rear boxes. The baby chain, or I'm sorry, the baby binder, which is there, is also a 1/2-inch little hook. I think the big hooks are like 1/2-inch to 5/8. So like I said, same there. Here we have the track shovel, a couple of straps, a couple of shackles. Like I said, that's the wood to use to block up the boom when it's needed. And those are 2 really long chains that we don't use, or he doesn't use every day, that when we need them, they're out of the everyday use and we don't get all confused. I will step up so you can get a better look at the inside. But yeah, that's pretty much all Rick carries. And I'm concentrating. I think that really wraps up our video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun little tour to do. I've never done one of these before, and hopefully I'll just get better with the other trucks that we do. If you guys like it, give us a like, hope you subscribe, share with your friends, let us know what else you want to see. I'm always open for new and fun ideas that you guys might want to see that we get into. Catch you on the next one, guys.